Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Daily Code Challenge. All right, so I'm so excited to be here today, and I'm also excited having you around. So today we have another very interesting challenge to work with, and let me just reveal what we have for today. Okay, this says next prime. It says write a function next prime that accepts a number as an argument. The function should return the nearest prime number that is greater than the given number. Okay, so let's say let's write a list of prime numbers that we know. We know we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 23, 23. I think. Okay, so let's stop at that. So that means that if our argument is 2, we are expected to return the next prime number, which is 3. If our argument were to be, let's say, 4, we know 4 is not even a prime number, right? So we are expected to return the next prime number, which is 5. Let's say we have 9 here also. So if the argument passed in is 9, we are expected to return the next prime number, which is 11, and not 10, because 10 is not a prime number, right? And also we are not expected to return any of the arguments. So if you look at this part from line 6 down to line 12 here, you will see that we never returned any of the arguments. 2 is a prime number, quite all right. But after writing the function and everything, 2 was not returned. Rather, 3 was returned, right? So 3 also is a prime number here, but we have 5 because 5 is the next prime number starting from 3, taking 3 as our argument. Same goes to 7, 8, 9, 20, and 97. All right, so I'm simply going to take this out and let's see how we can solve this. Okay, so before we solve this, let me uncomment this. And also, to actually get this solved, we need to first of all write a function that helps check if the argument, or if an argument or a number is a function, is a prime number rather. So here is the code from our previous episode. So this can be found in day 17. So before we proceed, I would like to advise, or I would just like to recommend that if you've not seen the video on how to write a function that checks for prime number, just head on to day 17 in my daily code challenge playlist, which is this. You are going to find the video, and this is going to explain in depth how to write a function that tells if a number is a prime number or not. So after when you've done this, please and please make sure you know how to solve this before you come back to today's episode to proceed, right? Because you need to have the knowledge of writing a function that checks for prime number to work this particular challenge. All right, so let's proceed. Let me close this day 17. Let's proceed. So this code helps to check if a number is a prime number, right? Okay, so having established this, the next thing we want to do is we want to write a code that is going to help us to select the next prime number, right? Not the argument. Even if the argument is a prime number, we are not going to return the argument. We are going to return the next prime number after the argument. So here is what we are going to do. Let's move into the code. The first we need to do is to write a function, right? Is to declare a function. We will say function. We change name here to next prime. Let's change params here to num. So we can see that here we use num. We can as well use num here, right? Because this is a different function, right? This is also a different function. They are both individual functions on their own, right? So we can choose to use num here and then use num here. It won't interfere, right? Okay, so the next thing we need to do is this. Very, very important. We highlight this. Okay, so let me write a list of numbers out again. Let me write from 1 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right. So if the argument is 2, we move through, we move to the next item, or we move to the next value. And if that value should be a prime number, then that's what we return. Okay. For instance, now, let's say the argument is 7. The next number after 7 is 8. 8 is not a prime number, right? That's why here we don't have 8 returned. The next number is 9. 9 is not a prime number. The next number is 10. 10 is not a prime number. The next number is 11, which is a prime number. So the system detects, the function detects that 11 is a prime number and returns the first occurrence of the prime number going through that order, right? From left to right. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to write a for loop because we need to iterate. You say for, then I change my index here to I, remove array dots length, and then change it to num, and then also take out this line of code. We don't need it. Okay, so here is this, but here we need to make some modifications in our loop, right? We are not starting our loop from 0, and we are not getting to a point lesser than none. No. Here is what we want to do. We want to begin our iteration from the number next to the argument, whether it's a prime number or not, but just the number next to the argument. That's why here, even when the argument is 2, 2 is not returned. 3 is a prime number, we know, but 3 is not returned because we started counting, we started the iteration from the next number after 2 here, in this case, and here after 3, and down to the rest of them here. So what that means is that we are simply going to say, we are going to assign I to be num plus 1, whereby num is the argument. So num plus 1 simply means that a number after num, not necessarily mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a prime number, right? Just the next number after num, so that we won't return the num argument. That's just the idea for this. And then we need to move from left to right indefinitely. We don't have a point where we are going to stop, right? We are going to stop at the first occurrence of a value that is a prime number. So it's just like when you are using a while loop. Here, this is more like saying using a while through. That's more like an infinite loop until we get to that point where we discover the first occurrence of a prime number, right? So that means we have to change this part also. So we say I is not less than num now, but I is expected to be greater than num because num here is an argument. So I is supposed to be greater than num since we are moving from left to right. So we say I greater than num. So we are going to start from, let's say, 2 as the argument, and we move through until we find the first occurrence of a prime number, and in this case is 3. All right. So having done this, we need to write a condition to check if the number we have gotten to is a prime number, right? So we use the if statement. We say if condition. Now, what's the condition is simply going to be if any of this number, which is I, because I here is represents every iterated value. So we say if I is a prime number. And how can we get the is prime? We've already written is prime here. So we simply say is prime in parentheses I. So we want to check if any of the values we are looping through is a prime number. If it is, we return that number. So let's save this and let's run our code to see if we've implemented the right code. Let's run this code and see. Okay. All right. So here we have 3, 5, 11, 11, 11. Here we have 3, 5, 11, 11, 11. We have 23, 101. Here also we have 23, 101. So this works. This works. I forgot to remove this. Let's take out this so it doesn't become a bug in our code. So I've taken it out. So let's call another function. Let's Okay, so let's change 97 to what number can we think of? What number can we think of? Let's say we have 140, right? 140. Okay, let's use 150. So let's save this again and let's run. All right, so we have 151. So the next number is 151. So 151 is a prime number. If you check it with any of your softwares, I believe 151 is a prime number. Yes. So with this, we've been able to implement the code to check the next prime number of a given argument, right? So I believe, like I will always say, there are so many ways to solve code challenges, right? So I believe this is not just the only way. If you if you find any different means or any different approach to writing this code, please share with us on the comment section. I'll be so glad to read your code. And if you found this video very interesting, please like it, subscribe to my channel, Dev with Excel, and turn on the notification, right? So, with that, I say keep coding. Thank you and bye.